Chapter 11. A Story in Ink. 2 days later, Anna reviewed her diary. She saw the doe-eyed offender's name, Cory Henderson, and she smiled. She'd forgotten the first sign that you're dealing with a sociopath is that you feel altogether too pleased with yourself or him. Not only are you his saviour, the only therapist who ever made sense, he is yours. He saves you from the doldrums of monotonous defence mechanisms and from those who duck and dodge anything that could be therapeutic in their sessions. Anna should have reflected upon her positive response to this young offender. She should have reviewed how he made her feel about her own intervention, but she was not about to do either. The next morning, Anna trawled back through his recorded history. There were multiple drug charges, possession with intent to sell, but no record of his resisting arrest. He was compliant and courteous when cornered. One transcript stated that the judge apologized to him for having sentenced him. Apologized. The judge apologized. She knew the probation officers would have been aghast at that. A judge apologizing to a multifaceted criminal with a long history of offending for sentencing him. She wondered what the arresting officer thought when he heard that at the trial. Cory's family was chaotic with drunken rageaholic parents. His one sibling was institutionalized from early childhood due to his multiple disabilities which arose from an undefined source. There was no mystery in the fact his parents could not control or care for him. Few could have. Cory had no emotional connection or allegiance to authority. The only rules he knew were based on rat-straight cunning. He was an expert at manipulation and other covert strategies. He did not fall into the cracks. He carved out cracks and dove into them, using his invisibility as a cover. He had flown in under her radar and she was under attack. The nicest possible attack, of course. Anna reminded herself that Cory was changing. He was demonstrating his desire to transfer his skills to legitimate purposes. Everyone deserved a second chance, especially one who ran at it and grabbed it with both hands, as Cory did. At their next session, she asked him, "Where will you be in 20 years?"
"I want to be a better man. I'll go to school, gain some skills like welding, probably still be a battler, but I'll have a small unit to live in."
She saw it this time. "No, really, where will you be in 20 years?"
"I'll be in jail for a long time."
"Really, why?" asked Anna.
"I have big dreams."
"What kind of big dreams come with long prison sentences?" Anna quizzed.
"You might know that there is a shortage of good drugs here in Port Sterling. To meet the demand, I'll get international connections from Vietnam or Thailand and form an Australian Asian ring. I'd get the gear shipped into Fremantle. I'd arrange to transport it down here. My local distribution line would kick in, and in no time I'd be the king drug dealer. In fact, my distribution boys would be couriers. They could travel up and down and all around and not raise anyone's interest as they deliver packages, mine and theirs. Hell, the courier companies would provide the vehicles and the gas, even pay them to work for me. Don't laugh. You don't know how much planning and thought I put into this. This would be a career and a successful one."
Anna had often contemplated how the drug lords without MBAs or advertising, no Better Business Bureau support, no carefully trained office staff and no visible networks, no yellow page advertisements, yet they ran the most financially successful businesses in the state. Their business model maximised profits and minimised the chance of apprehension. Their secrets were protected by the silence of those who knew them. Their system of justice was swift and brutal. They took no prisoners, even amongst their own. "Yeah, you are right, a career it is." Then she asked, "What is it about a life of crime that really attracts you?" He responded,
"It's the nose."
She did not understand. He explained, and as he did, his voice grabbed a melodic cadence, similar to a rap song with the well-practiced words.
"No accountants, no rules, no taxes, no regrets. If the business does not legally exist, there's no need for it to obey the law. It's the perfect con."
The doe-like black eyes hardened. He sat upright. Suddenly he was on full alert and totally engaged in the conversation. She asked him if the police would create any problem for him.
"Yes, they know everyone in town. They'd spot me and stop me."
The statement rang hollow. Anna tested it by saying, but they're so stupid." Cory laughed a maniacal laugh until he rocked the chair. He was enjoying this.
"Yeah, they are. They are no problem. Sometimes we give them shit. Me and Sam."
"Sam?"
"Yeah, Sam's my Roddy. He is 3. Every time he sees a cop, and we are out at night, he knows the race is on. He sticks his meat head out the window and anticipates where I am going to drive. The Samster leans left or right as he prepares for the fast turns. He knows when the turn is coming. If he does not know the road, he watches the indicators. He pants, slobbers and smiles, which is his code to me for gun it, boy, and this boy does. Have you ever seen a Roddy smile?
Anna didn't think so.
He seemed to know where I have a shitload of gear in the boot. With that stuff on board, I don't want to get into a conversation with the cops.
Anna was not really able to compute the depth or seriousness of his criminal intentions. She struggled to reconcile this drug lord version of Cory with the Cory she knew. She looked at him. He seemed so pleasant, so charming, so boy next door-ish. His shoes were so beautifully shined. Surely this drug lord version was an illusion, a harmless yet obscene fantasy. Surely it was a way to siphon off frustration, a way to feel powerful when disempowered by life, a way to feel important and recognized in the face of parental rejection. She did not know he meant it. He couldn't mean it. That settled it. She asked, "Do you have any other ideas of alternative outcomes for yourself in 20 years?
Yes, I want to be Prime Minister.
His response threw her. Anna had no idea where this Prime Minister version of Cory originated. Neither of these two versions of Cory seemed plausible. During their initial contact, Cory gave no indication of grandiosity. In fact, Cory presented himself as humble. I want help to change, a boy. And then he switched to hankering after being a drug lord. Now he wants to rule Australia. Was he for real? She dealt with the least noxious aspect of Cory's future fantasies. What would you do as Prime Minister?
I'd tell the multinationals to go to hell.
He was not really sure what a multinational was or what the implications of booting them would be to Australia, but he would do it anyway. He then waxed valiant on about how he would not really have any power, but the illusion of it as Prime Minister. However, as others were under the same illusion, he would wield the pretend power with a vengeance and actually effect change. Anna changed the subject.